Hey, I'm Dave.
Hey, it's JP.
Hey, it's Tamazoid.
Hey, it's Henry.
So what did you guys all think of the direct overall?
Yeah,
I
it was
thought
great.
It was great. Yeah,
Yeah, I loved it.
it was really efficient. We just basically, I mean, they sort of had some things that we already knew about and such, but they were just gone over really quickly, and we just got a whole heap of information in half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though I'm not a fan of the announcer.
Oh, I love
Oh.
the announcer. How could
You didn't enjoy when it was like buttons,
I loved it.
sort of internet options.
It was amusing at the start, but I think he outwore his welcome.
Messed at the end when it was just listing all these random things.
Yeah, I must say that was amusing. But
Sorry, guys.
I thought the announcer just hyped it up even more.
you hype for those buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to know what he looks like. I want him to sort of be an E3 announcer now.
I'd rather it be just a mysterious voice. Like, maybe we can have the announcer do all the future Nintendo Directs. Just that voice. We don't need a Wata anymore.
I'd just like to see Iwata just whisper something into someone's ear, then you hear the announcer say exactly what Iwata was going to say. Or just dubbing. Just dub over Iwata as he says directly to you and points, and you hear him going, directly to you!
Yeah. Please explain. Oh, what is it? Yeah, it's not
No,
please.
it's please understand.
Please understand, JP.
Yeah, please understand.
So anyway, I think going into the direct, the one thing I think most people were hoping for is some mention of DLC, and we got it right at the end.
Well, it was right throughout. They were mentioning that they were going to update things and
Oh yeah, that's
have
true.
downloadable content.
There were a few things that aren't actually going to be in the full game. We'll get to that, but yeah, they're going to be added in later on. So that's good news anyway, at least. And obviously, it's starting with Mewtwo. When is he coming? It's not till spring, which is autumn for us next year. So that's a fair way off. I know they always talk about, it does take a long time to develop one character, but do you guys think there could be more in store?
Definitely.
I hope so.
I doubt they'll just do one character and then leave it with that. Though it was interesting that they said it's a free download for those who own both versions. I wonder if it will be available for people who only get one.
Yeah, that's caused a lot of confusion. Like, if you've gone to comment sections of sites, people are really complaining about it. And I'm almost certain they will, because tweets since then from Nintendo have had language that implies far more that it's free for those who have both versions, and sort of implying that you can buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
that's how I'd take it, but you never know with Nintendo when they said that the 3DS Ambassador games would be only for ambassadors, and that stayed the same.
Yeah.
After all these years later.
Yeah. I actually hope there is more DLC down the line. I'm still holding out for Isaac or something like that.
Isaac isn't going to happen.
Yes, he is. He hasn't been confirmed as an assist trophy, and we haven't seen his trophy yet.
Yeah, we still didn't even see any Golden Sun stuff in that direct either. No Isaac assist trophy or anything.
My dream is Paper Mario for Smash.
Jeez.
Oh,
So,
you guys believe that, but you don't believe in Isaac.
Paper Mario would be awesome.
Yeah, while we're at it, Dixie Kong and Chorus Man.
well, that's actually what I was going to mention. Actually, Mewtwo lines up with the rumor that we got that if you had both versions, well, actually, the rumor was that you had to connect both versions to be able to get the characters. I guess that would be Nintendo's way of knowing that you actually got both versions, and then you could download characters. Anyway, that rumor had Mewtwo, but it also had Ridley, Dixie Kong, and Chorusman.
I think Ridley's counted out now due to him being a stage inclusion.
Yeah, although I did think like the way that they've done Ridley, like you can still KO him, and you actually get points for KOing him, and he shows up with a little icon in your kills at the end of the battle.
He looks more like a Smash character, despite being huge and
Yeah.
having weird things. He looks more like a Smash character than, say, Yellow Devil does.
So maybe they could just make that, because he basically works like a character. They could just make him playable, but only offline because he's so freaking huge. Just
Bring back his size.
yeah. Sorry.
Well, it kind of fits in with. I mean, it's probably the next thing we'll talk about, so I won't mention it. But one of the other big announcements of like sort of fits in with being able to have one big character on the stage.
Yes. Okay, we'll quickly get to that. So, the other notable thing, I guess, is that the character roster, it's actually slightly bigger from the get-go than the 3DS. You've got more than 40 characters, so Ness, Ganondorf, and Jiggs are available from the get-go. You don't need to unlock them, which leaves only 7 characters to unlock. What do you guys think about that?
I'm actually fine with that because I found it a bit underwhelming in the 3DS version when I finally did unlock all the characters. Or just like, you've unlocked all the characters. I was like, is that it? Because since I think JP put it well when he said that in this age with the internet and the like, everyone knows what characters are going to be there. You're not going to be surprised by anything you unlock now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's kind of sad actually. I did enjoy unlocking characters a lot in the past games, but I've already done it in the 3DS. I really don't want to go through it again in the Wii U.
I think that's another point that we have all played the 3DS version. We've unlocked all the characters, so doing it all again for the exact same characters is a bit tedious.
I think we'll be unlocking all the characters within 3 hours of playing the game. I think it's going to be really quick.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty quick and easy for Smash 3DS anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. There was no challenge this time round.
Yeah.
I thought it was the same in Brawl, to be honest. I thought I had it within a couple days in Brawl.
Oh, yeah, it took a bit longer in Brawl because wasn't Jigglypuff one of the hardest to unlock because you had to play so many hours of Smash or complete through the Subspace Emissary.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Wolf, Toon Link, and Jigglypuff. I have no idea why I remember this, but
yeah, it's those three. Yeah.
Anyway, moving along. The other big announcement to go with the DLC is that there will be 8-player smashes. We had an inkling that this would be a thing, obviously because of the announcer audio dug up that had 8-player smashes as a thing in the 3DS version, which was obviously cut out.
There's 5 and 6 as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere between 1 player and 8 players. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't have to be like 4 or 8. Yeah, you've got the in between as well.
Yeah. We're definitely going to have more meetups for this.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you mentioning, Henry, regarding the
Ridley.
Yeah, something to do with Ridley. I can't remember what you said.
Yeah, well, it's just like if they're willing to have stages that have up to 8 people on it, I think that it's way more likely that they'd be able to have one bigger playable character on the stage.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I also love the way how he built up to it. He was like 5 people, then 6, then up to 8. Yeah. Kind of explains why Ice Climbers got cut now, also. Because if there were 8 Ice Climbers, we would have like 16, and that would be impossible. That would be crazy.
I was thinking, I'm looking forward to it being themed matches with 8 players. Like, I mentioned once the announcement was done, being able to have all 8 Koopa kids in one match
Yeah.
would be really fun. And other things just for the craziness of it, things like Pikmin having all of the little things on the stage. Because I used to always enjoy doing themed matches when playing with friends. Like, we'd always have to play Yoshi, and there was it was relatively enforced that you're supposed to use the egg all the time, so the entire match was just a bunch of eggs flying around the screen. I'd love to see that with 8 players.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that. I did something similar in Brawl. To that, we made this custom stage. It was just 4 platforms, and we all went Snake and just shot our rocket launchers at each other.
How did we not pick that there would be 8-player smashes sooner when that every character has 8 ults?
It's a good point.
It makes sense now. It absolutely makes sense.
It's one of those things that makes sense looking back, but if you were thinking like a couple of weeks ago, you'd just think that having 8 ults is just an arbitrary number they decided on.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, to further support that theory of Ridley being something possible with these bigger matches, is that for the 8-player smashes, you can't play on the smaller stages. There's only 13 stages you can pick from. 4 of them being obviously the massive stages. So you've got Palutena's Temple, you've got the regular Temple stage brought back from, is it Melee?
Yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah.
I love that stage.
Yes.
It's one of my favourites.
Yeah, same.
They've also got a new big battlefield, a bigger version of that, and the Great Cave Offensive, which is a new Kirby stage, I
Yes.
think. Yeah.
It is.
Mm.
I really like the look of the new Kirby stage. I'm just not sure about those new damage zones. Like, if you're over 100%, you get knocked into one of those, you just vanish. That's it. You're dead.
And 100% is pretty small in this game, to be honest. I find that
It is. We rack it up quickly.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, can't you change that with the damage ratio then? Maybe we should try that.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
possibly, but that'd be weird to get used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes certain characters, like the fact that Bowser has the flinch invincibility at low percentages, sort of makes that kind of stage very good for him. Because he thrives quite well at low percentages and would be able to get even earlier kills.
Mm.
Yeah. Though it does look like an awesome stage with a lot going on.
Yeah, but it looks as though it's very hard to kill people normally on that stage, so it does make a bit of sense.
Yeah, because
Yep.
there's not many. It doesn't seem to be many like pits in that stage, or edges you can be knocked off into. So it does make some sense.
Is the whole stage like underground or something?
I think so, since
Yeah.
it's a Great Cave Offensive.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So there's no like it's not open at the top, is it? Or is it open anywhere, or if you go to the right-hand side, do you just go through and come out the left like some other stages?
I'm not sure. I'd have to have a look at the footage again.
I'd assume it is possible to knock people off somehow.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I remember seeing a pit.
Yeah, I remember seeing that too.
Another new interesting stage we got was the Jungle Hijinks stage, the new Donkey Kong stage. This one actually looks really cool. You've got characters fighting in the foreground and also the background. You jump in the barrels and shoot between the two. But can you only get in like a barrel once, and then you're not allowed to get in a barrel anymore, or it just explodes? I'm not sure how that works. It's a bit strange.
I hope it refreshes or something.
Yeah.
I hope it's
That
just to
can-
make sure that people aren't constantly going back and forth.
I think that's why they don't want people to abuse the system.
So you can only go between them once per life or something.
I'd hope it was just reset, just like so every 30 seconds or so you could go back.
Yeah.
But just making sure that people don't essentially time a scam by jumping between the places.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want them abusing that when they're almost KO'd and they swap to the other side, then they jump back and stuff. Has a lot of potential. Probably be one of my favorites, actually.
And it's something that couldn't be done on the 3DS version, which seems like a lot of this direct was emphasizing things like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it'd be nice to having 2 battles go on at once. Yeah. Though that happens at every big stage, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm disappointed the Gore Plane's coming back for Wii U version. I really don't like that stage.
It does look a lot more bigger and open though, and maybe less annoying than on 3DS. I mean, it's still those underground platforms and just it's just like a giant pit. It's
Oh, this is the Xenoblade one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they also have the boss for that now, don't they?
yeah. It's basically the same stage, but they just added metal face.
Yeah. He looks so big.
He looks
he's-
really intrusive. He looks,
Yeah.
yeah, he could just get in the way quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's bigger than Rivley.
He's bigger than Yellow Devil.
And of course, Ridley was the other stage boss that we finally saw, which deconfirmed him as a
Yeah.
character. What were the other bosses that we got to see?
That was it, I think.
Was that it? Just those two?
I think we saw
I think
Yellow
so.
Devil again.
No.
Yeah. I think that's it. That means there are 4 bosses so far in the game, right? Because I'm counting the Flying Men
Oh,
amongst
yeah.
that, who act like Ridley. So you have Ridley like
Yeah.
playing on your team similarly,
Yeah.
and you can get like stocks if you kill Ridley. I found it weird. It was as though he was saying that you get it only if he's on your team or something. I'm gonna have to rewatch it to find the exact wording.
Mm.
But that seems interesting. Even though I pretty much never do
I think-
time.
I think like how he works like the Flying Men, from what is it, Magicant or whatever?
Yeah.
Magicant, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
I don't know. I've only ever.
I don't know.
This is me
Yeah.
trying to sound authoritative, but I have no idea.
Yeah, so the first person to make contact with Ridley gets Ridley on their team. I think how it works is if Ridley is KO'd while he's while he's yours, then you actually lose a point like you would if you got KO'd. And
Oh,
If-
really?
if someone else KOs Ridley, then they get a KO point for that.
See, that seems like
wow.
you just want to avoid hitting him in the first place.
I'm not sure whether
So I'm wondering if that's right. Also, the way that it was said, I'm not sure if it's if you hit him once or it might be that you have to hit him a couple times, unlike the Flying Men.
I don't mind that mechanic since it is an advantage if you get him. So
Yeah.
you need to outweigh the pros and cons of getting him because he
Yeah.
will increase your damage. But then if he dies, you get negatively impacted.
Mm,
Yeah, I thought it was good how they deconfirmed Ridley, but they confirmed Mewtwo, because it was kind of to give you the bad and the good. Like, you won't get Ridley, but you'll get Mewtwo.
And they did really wait till the last
Yeah.
minute for Mewtwo. That was good of them to say it was
Yeah.
50 things. It went until we're up to the 54th thing to tell us it was Mewtwo.
Yeah. I'm not a big Mewtwo fan, but I can understand there are a lot of people out there who love him. And so, yeah.
And there's more stuff to do now. We're going to see Mega Mewtwo as a final smash, which will be cool. And we don't
Yeah.
actually know which form, so I think it's fairly obvious that it's going to be Mega Mewtwo. But there are 2 possibilities for that.
Mm.
I'm curious to see
I
what they
think
go
most
to.
likely it'll be. Isn't there a trophy that only has like one of the? Oh no, it has both mega forms, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it
so.
does.
So yeah, I wonder which one would get.
Mm.
I'd hope Y. Y looks cooler.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along, I guess. So that was all. That was all the boss stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
another thing we should just quickly mention: there's also a Miiverse stage, but it's not actually going to be in the game when it releases. It's going to be added later.
Yeah. I actually like this idea. I reckon it's really creative and really interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll change it consistently. Like, it's not going to be a live
Yeah.
updating thing because they need to regulate it so much. But I wonder if every now and then they'll just put in some new Miiverse posts.
Yeah, I just hope we don't see the horrible spam ones.
Nah, everything's going to be pre-selected. They're not going to let anything in unless
Yeah.
it's been approved.
Yeah.
I'd just love to
Yeah,
see a
you'd
match
think.
start and have like, why can't Metroid crawl at this point?
Okay. I want Ridley playable.
Where's Goku?
Yeah.
Goku.
Yeah. Yeah, they still do that. Yeah, some of that would be hilarious.
Okay. So some of the minor things that we saw, just like some returning things. So you've got coin battles, stamina battles, and your special
Yeah.
smashes. So you can just customize the rules to
Yeah.
absolute chaos and just do whatever you feel like.
Yeah.
It's good to see them return because they weren't in the 3DS version, but I don't think I'd be spending too much time playing them.
Well, I
I
actually
like it with 8 player. I like to do giant all flower stuff with 8 people.
Yeah, I love the sudden death with special smashes. So I hope that mode returns. I didn't see it there, but maybe you unlock it or something.
I'd assume it would be there.
Yeah.
Also returning is the item frequency. We couldn't set how frequent the items would appear in 3DS. It almost felt like they were just permanently on high. So it's good that we can set that now. And you can also set the music frequency for stages, how often you want certain tracks to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of this seemed just to be confirmation that a lot of the features from Brawl that were excluded from the 3DS version are coming back,
Yeah.
which is what
Yeah.
we all expected, I think.
Why do you think we couldn't set the item frequency in the 3DS?
Oversight, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think 3DS probably was a bit rushed, I think.
I
They
think
just
it's
wanted to get it out. And also they did have the CPU problems that it does use up all the space on the 3DS.
Yeah, it seems
Okay.
bizarre they wouldn't have that set as the maximum item frequency though, and then let us set it to be less.
It's the same reason why in the button customability that for controls that you have to swap the buttons around. You can't just set them manually,
Yeah.
which is something they've added for the 3D Wii U version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very happy to see that. Even for the 3DS controls as well. They showed a 3DS come up, and you could even change the taunts to have different buttons.
Exactly, which is just annoys you that it's absent from the 3DS version.
It'd be
Yeah.
nice if they included stuff like that in an update once it came with the Wii U, because there's no way that would be complicated to add in.
It'll be interesting to see if they have like updates that are exclusive to the new 3DS. Since
Well, they
it
have
is
to
more-
for customizable controls. They'd almost have to, wouldn't they?
Totally.
Mm.
Yeah, since you have the ZR, ZL.
Yeah.
And the stick.
Yeah. I also like music frequency, and and I can set the music to what I want to hear most.
So what do you guys think of the music? That there's a lot more tracks included.
I'm sure Cage is happy because
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's very disappointed with the 3DS soundtrack, but the whole 3DS soundtrack is actually still going to be in the Wii U version, and then they've just was it doubled? It was probably more than doubled, wasn't it?
It was like
Yes.
quadrupled. It was huge.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
At least by the bar graph that they showed. I don't know how accurate that was, but
Yeah.
And obviously, with that much music in the game, the CDs are returning. You have to pick them up as you're smashing.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love seeing them in Brawl.
It's always a bit annoying.
Yeah, I actually like them though.
if I ever faced a computer and a bloody computer picked up the CD, I would get
Yeah.
so pissed off.
What happened to that? If the computer picks it up, it's not counted right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was so annoying. And it was usually by accident. They didn't normally go for it, but it would just be them doing a dash attack in the vicinity of it, and they pick it up. It's like, you bastard. But yeah.
Okay, I never noticed that.
But yeah, I'm really happy with the soundtrack. I was sadly, it sort of proved that I completely agreed with Cage. As much as I do enjoy the 3DS soundtrack, it was a bit lacking, and
Yeah.
this one seems like it really won't be. They even showcased a couple of, well, I don't know if we'd seen them before, but some new remixes.
They showed the Zelda tracks.
Yeah, it sounded good.
In the 3DS one, we only had the one new Zelda track, I think, which was the
Gerudo Valley, was it?
Man, Girahim's theme
Yeah,
in the Ballad of the
Girahim's-
Goddess.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, no, Gerudo Valley is an old one, I think.
Yeah,
I thought they had a new remix of it.
Oh, it might have been, maybe.
Yeah.
But, as we saw, there was, 4 new remixes.
Well, there's a Xenoblade remix they showed.
yeah. I was kind of happy with the 3DS soundtrack. There's a lot of classics in there that I think are synonymous to Nintendo's history, and they deserve to be there.
Yeah,
The new songs.
we know, JP.
The
Yeah.
problem wasn't that it had those songs. It was that there wasn't enough of them, and that a lot of them were just those songs cherry picked from the actual games, and they weren't remixed. Whereas if you compare it to the Brawl soundtrack, you had so many remixed of classic tracks, which made it amazing.
Yeah. But remember, the Brawl could hold more than the 3DS version also.
Yeah, which is just basically why the Wii U version in this department is just a lot better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the modes in the Wii U version. Your classic mode is back, but it's quite different. Instead of going along and you choose your path, which series or character you wanted to fight, it's chosen for you based on how well you survived in your last battle. which I think is a good change. I'm not sure about the whole design of it. It seems a bit weird. Henry, you thought it was the new board game at first.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So how
Looks a bit
does that work?
I have no idea.
I'm still
Um,
not.
Well, I
I'm
imagine
still confused.
I imagine it's still just battle after battle after battle, but instead of you getting to pick which new opponent you wanted to go to, it's picking for you.
How? Why?
That's-
Why would it pick such?
Well, it
Like,
looks
I
like there
don't-
were some 8-player brawls and such, and maybe because it is 8 players, it wouldn't necessarily be based on you winning. Maybe if you, or if you have 3 lives and you lose 2 of them throughout the thing, you'd go to a less ideal
Okay.
player.
Okay. Now, yeah.
I like 8-player battles being in Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of didn't like it in All-Star mode though, because it felt too quick on the 3DS. Yeah, it was like you face 8 characters at once.
Oh, is that because they talked about All-Star mode, and the only real difference being that it was reversed, but it didn't look like they were doing.
Yeah.
They did 8 player. It looks like it was still just 4 players.
Yeah, no, it wasn't 8 players. It's still
Yeah.
like you beat a couple and then some more appear.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry.
That's what you meant. Okay. Well, you didn't like that.
Yeah, because I finished All-Star mode like in a minute or something.
What?
Oh, but it
Yeah,
depends
I
because
did it
because
very
you get
quickly.
achievements for completing it with every character, which I'm trying to do at the moment. So I'm kind of thankful that it's relatively short.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate those achievements that are complete
Yeah.
things with every character. They're so
I've
tedious.
done a few of them. I've done Smash Run, and I've done Classic, and
Oh,
it's taken
really?
forever. Yeah.
I'm on my way doing Smash Run now. I just did Classic.
I was trying to do Smash Run, but is there a way to see what characters you've won with Smash Run? I don't.
Oh,
see
Yeah. I'll show you afterwards.
there is?
There
Oh,
is a way to
really?
look it up in records.
it. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
So the only other big mode was event mode, which is returning from Brawl as well. I think the coolest thing about Classic, All-Star, and event mode in the Wii U version is that all 3 of them support 2 players.
Co-op. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever have co-op in Brawl? I can't remember in any of those.
You did it in event mode.
You
Yeah,
had-
it was the
they
same
were
thing where there were
separate.
different events.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you got nothing important. You got there were
Yeah.
no stages or anything like that were unlocked through 2-player because they didn't want to have anything you could only unlock having 2 players.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything for 1 player in event mode?
Yeah, there were heaps. They had
Oh.
heaps of different stage unlocks and such were only accessible through 1-player event mode.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Yeah. Now I'm glad it's back. I heard a rumor that it was going to get cut for the other modes.
Mm.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I'm
it's-
happy it's back. I wish it will. I hope. Well, we don't know much about it, so I hope it's more like Melly's one
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I thought it just had better events overall. I thought they were just
Yeah.
more clever.
Well, I think one thing event mode was missing in Brawl was a Mario versus Sonic battle. So I hope they have Mario versus Sonic versus Pac-Man versus Mega Man.
I'm sure it'll get there. I'm sure.
Chuck
Yeah.
in Mr. Game and Watch too. Because why not?
So anyway, your stadium events are returning this time. You can take them on with 2 players, I think, at a time. We can take them on with 4 players, but then you have to take turns, like in the home run contest and target blast. And in
What do you guys think about the expansion of Target Blast? That they've made it more.
I like it. I like that there's actually different target setups.
Yes.
For one, because
Yeah.
the same old target setup. I'm not a big fan of Target Blast though, so yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Angry Birds. You
It's
can't not like it.
exactly. It's just Angry Birds. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Multi-man is the exception that you can actually play that simultaneously. Like you can have 4 players all playing multi-man, which could be pretty fun actually. I wonder how far you could get in multi-man with 4 players.
No, there'd
Couldn't you
probably
actu-
be ways to go basically infinitely. Just have a setup such that you have people covering everywhere where they could
Yeah.
respawn and just kill them through that.
Though two-player isn't new for this because you could actually do it online, couldn't you?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think multi-man. Some of them were. So like things like home run contest were always, or in Brawl were.
Online? Were they online?
Yeah, you could have done them online. I remember there was like a co-op.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, God, that's completely lost on me.
Though no one ever did it.
So,
That's the thing.
well, if no
Yeah.
one ever did it, maybe that's why they didn't mention any online aspect this time around. It's just, it's just all offline, I'm pretty sure.
It's stuff I wouldn't want to do online anyway. It's stuff I'd like to do with people that were there. So I'm kind of okay with them focusing on just the regular brawls.
The thing is, I have no one to play Smash with at home. My brother's over it, though he'll probably get back into it for Wii U.
Well, we're going to do meetups, so...
Yeah.
Though I want someone to come over to my house and help me unlock everything.
Yeah,
I don't want to go to somewhere else where they'll unlock stuff for me.
yeah.
Or I'll unlock stuff for them, but yeah.
Yeah, Dave, have fun with those Adelaide meetups.
He'll be flying to Sydney every month.
Probably. So that wasn't enough modes for you. We've got 2 new modes. The one that we heard about was the orders. Where we had the Master Order and Crazy Order teaser kind of thing. I'm still confused by this mode, so maybe one of you guys can explain it for me.
It's well, I understood the crazy. I didn't really understand the master one. I understood the crazy one. The crazy mode was that basically you go into battle one-on-one battles against other computer opponents, and that each one gets harder and harder, and you can decide at any point to like end it and try to fight Crazy Hand, and if you beat Crazy Hand, then you get various rewards, but you don't get those rewards if you lose. But and if you keep on fighting more longer, you get better rewards. But what I found interesting was in the footage of it, it showed that when you were fighting Crazy Hand, that there was 3 other computer opponents there as well. So I don't know if you have to fight them as well as you fight Crazy Hand, or if they are fighting Crazy Hand, or it's just a free for all. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. I think what happens is you actually get the passes from Master Order, and then you use those passes in Crazy Order.
Really? Okay.
Well, I think that's to get in, because you either pay coins or you use a pass to actually start it in the first place.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So you're
Doesn't sound particularly good to me. It sounds annoying.
You're risking all those points or your one pass, and you could just lose and just, have to go back and do Master Order all over again just to be able to play Crazy Order. I don't. Yeah.
Because at least with the
That's
other,
what it looked like.
Like with Classic Mode in the 3DS, you can set the difficulty higher, and you'll get and you'll waste coins on it if you lose, but you still get to keep all of your stuff if you lose, which is useful if you're trying to beat the Classic on 9.0. You're at least getting through the first couple rounds and getting some good stuff out of it.
I found I didn't always get all of my stuff if I lost.
If you said don't continue, you would.
Oh yeah, okay.
You'd get everything.
So you do have to eventually win, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, with Classic Mode.
Yeah.
Oh no! If say if I win the first 2 rounds, and then as soon as I lose, I say no, I want to go back. I get all the stuff that I got in that run immediately.
What? You do?
Yeah.
Oh,
because I know because I was trying to do 9.0, which I eventually did, and you can't. There's no reason to continue because the difficulty drops down, which annoys me. But so I got a whole bunch of stuff off that.
Yeah, that bothers me. I wish you could decide if you wanted to decrease your difficulty or try again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think they kind of rigged the penalties to take your customizations more than anything else. Because that's what I noticed a lot of the time when I lost. It actually took my customizations, despite the fact I got them at the start.
No, the way it works is they take away the things you got from the start.
Yeah.
It goes from the start. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if it's a trophy or gold or customization. It's just going to take what you get from the start onwards.
Okay.
So this is actually kind of relevant to stuff we saw today, because it looks as though, on the subject of customizations, which are a complete pain to unlock, and I just want them all, it seems as though we still have to unlock them all again in the Wii U version, because I saw that one of Diddy Kong's customizations was a reward for one of the challenges and the board, and that was also a new thing that they showed, how the challenge thing is now just on the one board.
Yeah.
I imagine you would have to unlock all the customizations again. One thing that was interesting, I guess we'll get to it later in more detail, but can you actually transfer your customized characters? Because I only heard Mii fighters.
Yeah. I heard you
No,
could actually.
You can, because they were showing off a Dark Samus.
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
Okay.
They were showing off Dark Samus.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why I was found it a bit strange that you'd have to unlock them all again. I wonder if transferring over your customized fighter would automatically unlock all of those things on your game.
I think
Maybe
that's what they inferred, since you can since they're talking about transferring the costumes.
But then why have sort of a challenge that makes you unlock, like, is the only way to get a particular customized move on Diddy Kong or whatever it was?
Maybe they're adding new ones. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be very difficult to keep track of even more customized moves.
Yeah.
So bloody many.
There were 3 sets for everyone in 3DS. Maybe they're adding a 4th one.
Oh, you're talking about moves. I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about the little equipment things.
Nobody likes the equipment, JP.
No, shit. Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
Except Ludi.
Going back to what we were talking about with the intensity in classic mode and whatnot, the final boss, I always had trouble with it on 9.0. I still can't beat it. It's now got
I beat it yesterday. I was very happy.
it's now got a new stage called Master Fortress. I wonder if that comes like first or comes like later or whatever. But basically, it's actually like a stage. You have to run through this Master Fortress that appears and smash up these little smash ball things or whatever. I don't understand how it works, but
it seemed like there were enemies and such that tried to attack you, and it seemed like it might have been a bit like that race to the finish from Melee. But there was the smash ball thing that you're supposed to destroy at the very end of it. They did show that, so that makes me think that it's the very last thing you do.
Yep.
I'll probably be 7.5 and above or something.
Probably something like that.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's going to be, whatever it is, it's going to be one above. Because there was a Master Core one, then was there a different difficulty setting that made the human form appear or something like that? And then, so it's just going to be the latest level, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I love how they said the names, though. One of them especially was Master Beast.
Oh, God. That wasn't said amazingly well, no.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's what they're called. Yeah.
All right, how are we going for time?
About 40 minutes.
Oh, God.
40 minutes. Okay, let's try to race through some things that are just less important. So Smash Tour, we finally got to see the board game mode. You use your Miis, you run around, collect those power-ups from Smash Run, and it ends with a stock battle again, which was the one thing that we hated about Smash Run. But it is...
What is interesting is that you collect characters during the...
Yeah, and that makes up your stock at the end.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't see it being a mode I'm going to play a lot.
I think... And it doesn't even have the cool enemy design of Smash Run stuff.
No.
Because I really liked all the, fighting an Iron Knuckle or something like that. And I thought that was really cool. This just... I hope I don't have to do it with every character. Or even though you get characters, I don't have to do it like repeatedly just to unlock stuff.
Oh, so now people love Smash Run.
It has the fault of Smash Run, which is that last thing. Just that little tiny thing at the end. It looks as though that battle is probably a bit better because it has an interesting twist relating to the characters you had. But I always liked the main part, like the collecting powers part of Smash Run. I just didn't like the end bit.
I agree. It basically takes out what was good about Smash Run and keeps what we don't like about Smash Run.
Yeah. It's new and interesting, though. I doubt I'll spend much time with it too.
So we mentioned the controls earlier. I think you guys did. Just that you can actually choose what each button does, which I know JP had a major issue with. That you couldn't like everything was actually set to something. You can only swap them, whereas in this one you can actually choose
Yeah.
exactly what that button will do.
Yeah.
So that's much better.
So-
You could map every button to jump.
Yeah. So yeah, I won't be doing it with the 3DS.
Yeah, that's the second thing that you can use basically every control compatible with the game, the Wii U and the 3DS.
Yeah.
Mm.
We knew about 3DS as being a compatible controller.
Yeah.
Did we?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Because it's on the 3DS game. They tell you about it being a controller.
Oh,
You go to the
okay.
Wii U option.
Oh, I never went into that option.
Yeah. And he actually revealed it a while back.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure who linked it, but actually on the Smash site, it does show you how you can play 8-player Smash with the controllers. So if you're using 3DSs, you can actually use 8 of them, and you can play 8-player Smash with the 3DS.
I'd worry about lag with that. I would seriously worry about lag.
That doesn't seem like a good option. 8 GameCube controllers is probably the way to go.
Yeah, but how did they do that? Because the adapter has 2 USB ports.
There's 4 USB ports on the Wii U, isn't there?
Oh, there are? I thought there were only 3. I'll have to have a look around my
There's
Wii U. Because there's 2
at the back.
Oh, there are 2 at the back. I thought
Yeah.
there was only 1.
No,
This
2 at the
is-
back.
Oh yeah, there I see it. I've got my Wii U on me. There it is.
just casually carrying around my Wii U.
So
Okay, that's good.
yeah, you can either go with the GameCube controllers or 3DSs, or go with 7 of either the Wiimotes or Pro controllers or classic controllers, and then 1 gamepad, obviously.
Yeah.
Which I think would be the way most people would go, because I don't think anybody owns 8 GameCube controllers, and yeah, the 8 3DSs would cause a lot of lag. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do, Henry, you should give me some of your GameCube controllers.
No, I want them. I've got my blue one. I've got my cyan GameCube controller. I love it.
Oh, I've got no working GameCube controllers anymore. I'm going to have to
Oh.
buy a whole bunch of new ones.
I think some of mine are somewhat broken. At a meetup, one of mine got mixed up, and I've got a black GameCube controller with a Z button that doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually have 6 that work, so
6,
Yeah.
wow.
And
Yeah.
and if you have a meetup, like if you're playing 8-player Smash, chances are you're playing with at least 2 people that have the adapter and have some controllers themselves. So you'll probably be
Exactly.
able to put it together.
Yeah. I'm actually interested in using the Wii U Pro controller. That actually looks like it has a good setup for Smash.
Have to wait and find out. Just some other things to quickly run through. There's obviously loads more trophies in the Wii U version. You got these new Final Smash trophies, which you unlock in All-Star mode. They look pretty cool.
I want real trophies.
Well, the All-Star mode trophies in 3DS were just different colors, like palette swaps kind of thing. Like you had a shiny Greninja
Yeah.
color
Yeah.
thing, stuff like that. But I prefer the Final Smash ones.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about the tourney mode they've added? It's good that it has online and also the official tourneys they're gonna host. I wonder
Well,
how frequent those are gonna be.
Well, I need to see what options they have, to be honest, because it would be you'd be able to really easily set up a proper fighting game tournament if they just allow double elimination style winners bracket losers bracket thing.
Well,
Yeah.
But if they don't have that, they can't. Like the community won't embrace it as much.
Well, the menu they showed when they were showing off the footage, it did look like there was quite a few menus you could choose from. So we'll have to wait
What
and
about
see.
lag? Won't that create a lot of lag with 64 players in a tournament?
Oh, you'll only be connected to the people that you're fighting at the
playing.
time.
Oh,
It'll just have a roster of people, and then you just know that you're supposed to connect to this person at this point.
And
Ah,
that's
okay.
also why they're trying to promote people using the Wii LAN adapter.
Yeah, I need to get that, and I need to also find a LAN port I can use.
Is that even something that's still available?
It went for $9 on
Yeah.
EB Games for a while back there. I can't believe I didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
I ordered myself.
Well, apparently they're bringing back the GameCube controllers on the market, so I'd imagine it'd be the same for the Wii U LAN adapter.
Yeah,
Oh,
though they didn't mention it, and it's not a Wii U LAN adapter. It's just a Wii LAN adapter. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
that
Wii.
old, so I wonder whether they would bring out them
Oh,
again.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, you can pick up one on eBay for about $15, so it's all right.
15? Oh god, what a ripoff.
Ah,
Oh, they're sold for about 30.
Uh-uh.
$15.
I got mine for like $9, I think.
Okay, not much to go through now. Masterpieces are returning. Nobody really plays them anyway. Just some.
At least we have Earthbound this time, and we can actually
Yeah.
buy Earthbound this time.
Yeah.
So they obviously showed off amiibos. One thing that I noticed is that rather than actually equipping things to your amiibos that you're leveling up or whatever, you're actually feeding them the equipment. That's even worse. Goddamn.
Yeah.
It means they disappear, does it?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get rid of
I'm
equipment.
still unsure whether the amiibos are actually playable. Have they even said that yet? Because it looks more like it's like a player that you don't control. It actually gets smarter, and it actually learns to fight for itself, kind of thing.
Just
Yeah, I
Nintendo
think-
trying to make artificial intelligence.
Yeah, from the start when they first unveiled them, that's what they were alluding to. So I'm not surprised. They never really mentioned that you'd be able to control them yourself.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, well. I still think they're exciting and they're going to be good to collect. For sure.
Like I said previously, I think they are going to be a bit throwaway in how they operate actually in game. They're going to be more known for their collectability, I think.
Hmm.
So I think all we've got left is like the gamepad stuff.
And voice chat, which is the main one.
And Stage Builder, of course.
Yes. Okay. We'll get to stage stuff. One thing I wanted to point out is how good the Wii U menus actually look. 'Cause we hated them, I guess,
Yes.
in the end. Well, I hated them anyway.
Except for Cage.
Except for KG.
I had no particular opinions about the 3DS
Okay.
menus, to be honest.
I just wonder whether we've seen all the menus in the Direct pretty much. We saw pretty much all of them. I wonder whether Sakurai's still going to do pick of the days for every single menu. Okay, so you have your new gamepad options as well. Any screenshots you take, you can draw and paint on them. You can share them with your friends and whatnot.
Which
Voice.
will surely lead to completely innocent.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
totally
of
love
course.
that.
Voice chat, as Tam just mentioned, only in lobbies though, not in game, which is typical Nintendo.
Well,
At least
do you really want
they
to
did
be
have a slight reason for it, and I do kind of agree, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Not
And-
wanting to waste internet stuff.
And honestly, do you want to be talking with people while you're fighting online?
Yeah.
It also means I'm more likely, say, if we have Skype organized stuff, I'll just turn off Skype
Yeah.
so I don't waste any internet at all, and I'm still able to chat with people in
Yeah.
between games.
Exactly.
Yeah, I also like the taunt text. That kind of makes it more fun. So yeah, I'm not really that fussed about no voice chat.
Yeah, true. At least you got your taunts.
Yeah.
And then of course we've got JP's favorite thing in the world. Stage Builder is back.
Woo! Yeah, I love it. We can be even more creative than before now with the stylus.
Well,
And
It does look
actually,
better.
It does
Oh,
look
it looks
better.
much better.
At least
Yeah.
you can draw your stages and whatnot.
yeah,
At least you have more than one texture choice.
yeah, and there's so much detail and so much depth, and we can use them online now, right?
I don't know whether you can actually use them online. We've only been told that you can share your
Okay.
custom stages with friends, or share them just upload them online and share them with the world. And you
Okay.
can also share your photos, replays, and Mii Fighters.
I've already got a Sonic stage in mind, so
I'm
Yeah,
just
I
looking
can't-
forward to being able to use that to make more big stages.
yeah,
But just because, I think that'd be important, because there are only going to be 13 stages usable in that. So,
yeah,
Yeah, we have to come up with some cool stages for 8 players for our meetups.
totally,
Big stages.
yeah,
So that's pretty much everything, guys. And then, of course, at the end, before we got the Mewtwo announcement, we had a Bowser Jr. trailer. After Sakurai was hinting towards a Duck Hunt trailer, his Miiverse post, and then he just gives us Bowser Jr. instead. But it was a pretty cool trailer.
yeah. I would have been more surprised if, this was actually revealed before the leak. I think the leak kind of ruined
it
this.
would have been so good. Yeah, it would have been really nice to see that trailer before having
Yeah.
been spoiled. Or before the game came out, really.
I felt the trailer was lacking like its own unique thing because it was basically set where Mega Man was, and even did the whole thing on the cliff as well. So it was like they just recycled that trailer and put Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings in it instead.
Actually, it's kind of interesting because back when the Mega Man trailer was first shown, someone actually found this rock that looked a lot like
Not
Bowser
the rock.
Jr.
Not JP.
So it's kind of fitting that he pops up there.
That rock was nothing like Bowser Jr. But maybe Sakurai caught wind of that rumor that one of the rocks looked like Bowser Jr. So he decided to put Bowser Jr.'s trailer in that area just to, just a nod to those people. Is there anything else we didn't cover? Or is that pretty much everything?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's
There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
When you actually go through it bit by bit, there's quite a lot.
Yeah, there were like 55 things in the end, wasn't there?
And they were pretty much all good, even the stuff that they repeated. It's all, with some of the slight exceptions that we mentioned, it all just does really make me excited for the Wii U version.
Alright guys, we'll leave it at that. That was a pretty long enough episode, I think. So, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for having me on again. It was always fun.
No worries, Henry. Alright guys, till next time.
Yeah. See ya.